Hey, Mr. Hanley, it's Gavin, and this is my 555 presentation. My name is Gavin Bennett. I'm a freshman football player here at USC and a newly admitted Darla Moore School of Business student. So, for the book that I chose for this project is The New 1 Minute Manager. It is by Ken Blanchard, PhD, and Spencer Johnson, MD. Just a general overview of the book. We're introduced in the first chapter to a young man who is exploring different managerial styles. He, looked all over the place and kept seeing the same ones, either a really hard-nosed one or a pretty lenient one, until one day he hears about this guy in his hometown who is known as the 1 Minute Manager. He ends up getting an interview with the man, and then that man sets up an interview with 3 of his co-workers, each one that describes one aspect of his 3-step managerial process. Before I get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about the authors. So Ken Blanchard is an Amazon Hall of Fame author. He he has one of the top 25 best-selling books on Amazon and is one of the most influential leadership experts in the entire world. And Spencer Johnson is a 3-time New York Times bestseller and is also known for taking complex issues and creating simple results. Now, here's my 5 points that I'll be getting into. I could have gone into a million of them because there was a lot of great things I liked about this book, but these are the 5 most important ones in my opinion. One of the first things we see in the book is it's a picture on the manager's computer, and it says, "People who feel good about themselves produce good results." At first I was like, what in the world does that mean? Well, if you go back to one of the first pages of the book, it talks about the different managerial styles. And we realize that the hard nose, you better get your stuff done or you're going to get fired, kind of, nose to the grindstone kind of manager is not what helps people succeed. People who are encouraged can and will perform better. I feel like that kind of managerial style is way outdated, and that encouragement is so necessary for people to succeed. Positive reinforcement is always necessary. I feel like if you encourage your workers, they'll do really good and they'll do great work for you. The next one is the 1 minute goal. This is all in 1 minute, and it assigns all your goals for that day or the week. So what you do is you actually plan together and describe them briefly and clearly and show people what good performance looks like. You have people write out each of their goals with due dates on a single page, typically 1 to 2 paragraphs. You ask them to review their most important goals each day, which only takes a few minutes to do. That saves a ton of time. Then you encourage people to take a minute to look at what they're doing and see if their behavior matches their goals. If it doesn't, you encourage them to rethink what they're doing so they can realize their goals sooner. This is a really quick way of just making sure, people, have their goals for the day or the week, and that their behavior and what they're doing is making sure that gets done. Now, the next one is the 1 minute praising. Like I said earlier, it's always great to praise your coworkers. So the first step is to praise people as soon as possible. You see them do something good? Good job, Johnny, whatever. Good job, Tim. Then you let people know what they did right, and you be specific. You have to tell them, what they're doing and how they're doing it, and, if it's good. Then you tell people how good you feel about what they did right and how it helps. Then you pause. Pause and let them kind of think about what you said. And then you encourage them to do more of the same and make it clear that you have the confidence in them and support their success. That builds a lot of character, and that builds a lot of trust in themselves. Next, we have the 1 minute redirect. So with that, you redirect people as soon as possible. Maybe they didn't do something right. Help them get back on their track of that goal that they set earlier. Confirm the facts first and review the mistake together and be specific. Just like how you were praising them, be specific on what they did wrong. Express how you feel about the mistake and its impact on results. Tell them, hey, this isn't what we need. You should do this because it's hurting the results. Pause and let them really think about it. Next, you have to remember to let them know what they're doing, then their mistake, and then you think well of them as a person. Hey, you messed up, but you're a great worker. Keep on doing what you're doing. Just realize what the redirect is over. It's over. Hey, I'm kind of, you didn't do a great job. That's okay. It's over. Let's move on. Now, the last one really struck me. It was one of the last things in the book. And it said, the best minute I spend is the one I invest in people. That hit me hard, but it made me think. I was like, what does that really mean? You need to take time as a manager to invest in other people's futures. You're not going to be the manager forever. So you have to instill these certain qualities in people to help them succeed and then later them succeed in life. You need to help them grow. You need to help them, become better people, become, better coworkers, and someday maybe a manager. Help them to be the best they can so that they can help the company and be the best that they can be and spread their knowledge. You're doing a great job. You need to tell them, hey, you're doing good. You're investing in the company. You're making it great. Keep on doing what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And then you need to spread that knowledge. Spread what you know to others. That way, they can be great one day as well. Why you should read this book. In my opinion, I'm not a book reader. I don't really read books. But this was a great read for me. It's quick, it's easy, but it's so informational. It's written by experienced businessmen. I kind of gave you a quick rundown, but that's only about a tenth of what they've done in their lives. They're $1 million men. They make a lot of money. And doing what they do and writing books and stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend this book to people who really enjoy business and want to be managers one day. Shows how this managerial style is different than others. If you read the book, it will tell you, there's the hard-nosed guys and there's kind of lean-back guys. Personally, my dad used this book when he was a manager at Cintas, and he recommended it to me. It's a great managerial style, and it's been proven to work. And it shows how proficient the style actually is. And it's also a great look at business and life. If you take just a minute to plan your week or your day or your hour, you're going to save so much time. You'll have so much time to do things. And you learn that while you read the book, that these people have so much time to do the things that, they need to, instead of going to meetings for 3 hours and, not really getting anything done. Just kind of a recap. This is a great book, and I recommend it to anybody who wants to be a manager someday or just want to, do better in life as far as like time and just, getting things done. And it's just a great way to, manage and look at your life. It's a really great book, and I recommend it to anybody who wants to get into managerial life or just want to better themselves. Is there any questions? I don't think so. See you, Mr. Handler.